let's just cut right to it. You've been doing the work. There's no doubt about it. You've shown up to sessions, you shared your story, you've cracked yourself open emotionally, you've analyzed, you've journaled, you've done so many things. But yet sometimes it helps, right? Sometimes you get that aha moment and feel on top of the world, like this was it. And then other times it's exhausting. You leave feeling more drained than you arrived. And deep down, you are wondering, like, do I really want to do this? Like, is this really worth it? Do I really have to keep talking about my past in order to heal? What's wrong with me? Like, what do I have to keep analyzing and trying to figure this thing out? And my answer, you don't. No, you don't. In fact, some of the most powerful healing I've ever witnessed happen was when the story stayed silent, when I didn't even know as the practitioner what my client was working on, when I myself just had a general sense and just dove right in. So we've been taught by well-meaning professionals and decades of talk therapy culture that healing means talking, that we got to figure out what's going on. We've got to talk about it, talking about your childhood, naming the wound, retelling the trauma, going over the story again and again and again. But here's the thing that most people don't say. Your subconscious already knows the wound. It knows everything. Your body holds the memory, right? Your body is already holding on to it. And your nervous system, it might not be able to handle reliving it again and again and again. That's not healing, that's re-triggering. That's trauma on repeat. And that's why over time, the same patterns are repeating and repeating, and it becomes more exhausting, and the ups and downs become more downs than ups. And I learned this the hard way, both as, a client and working on my own trauma, and as a practitioner. And years ago, I worked with a younger girl, a teenager, who had been through, in my opinion, the most horrific thing that a child could go through, was having, on average, like 40 PTSD episodes a day. She couldn't talk about her trauma. It would send her straight into an episode. So I had to get creative. I had to develop a way to help her without making her relive what she had spent years trying to survive. And that was just the beginning of what would later become transformative art healing. Like, I had no idea that that would lead to here. So here's what I believe now. After decades of holistic work, thousands of sessions, working through my own stuff, is that energy doesn't need a story to be cleared. And clearing isn't just enough. Your body speaks in sensation. Your subconscious has its own language, color, symbols, metaphor. And your spirit speaks through intuition and resonance. So when we stop forcing words, analyzing, trying to figure it out, the real language of healing can finally come forth and be heard. And not necessarily in the English language. That's what makes transformative art healing so incredibly powerful. We work with the energetic imprint of the issue, not the story behind it. So just like one of my transformative art healing students said, for me, it was one of the most profound healing experiences I've ever had. I didn't have to explain the trauma. I just simply released it. And there's more of these stories. You can check it out on my website if you want. But I hear this time and time again from clients, from students. I have my own personal testimonies from this process. And without giving away the recipe, I'm not going to go into the whole 12-step, 2-phase process. That's for the masterclass and the practitioner certification course. But what I can tell you is this. In a transformative art healing session, the client never has to say what they're working on. And they don't have to explain it. They don't have to figure it out. In fact, most of the time, the best thing they can work on, the thing that's right there, is what pops into their head from the beginning, not what they think is what needs to be worked on. They don't have to explain the pain. They don't even have to know where it came from. They don't have to be detailed about it. They just have to tune in to how it feels energetically. And we guide them through a visualization, process, expression, symbols, shapes, textures, intuitive scribbles. And that is the story that doesn't have to be spoken because the energy of it gets cleared away. It's just all in the subconscious, right? It's already there. So thinking about that, can you feel the relief in that? Like, just think on that for a minute. If you're a coach, a healer, or an empathetic soul holding space for others, maybe you're just someone that has been a client, like you really want to change your life. You really want some healing. This method can definitely help you. It can change your life. It can change the lives of your clients and yourself. Because in transformative art healing, you don't absorb the client's energy. You don't get emotionally drained from hearing difficult stories. You don't have to work and carry the heaviness of feeling the responsibility of helping them get to the bottom of it or holding that heavy space. You don't have to fix them. You don't have to agonize on their pain and what you need to do to help them. You just simply hold sacred space for their energy to shift. They do that shifting all by themselves. It's safe, it's sacred, and it's so much more sustainable. It's really a beautiful, powerful, transformative magic that happens. So let's try something together really quick. Close your eyes. Think about something that's been weighing on you. Don't name it. Don't analyze it. Just feel it. Just feel the weight of it. And ask yourself, if this had a shape, what would it be? If it had a color, what color is it? If it had a texture, what would that feel like? And this is how we begin in transformative art healing. You can go ahead and open your eyes. And after the video, you can put that on paper if you want, but this is the language of your inner world. Your body already knows how to speak it. It's already there. Your subconscious doesn't speak English or whatever your native language is, like we just naturally assume. So before we go, if your nervous system is exhaling right now, if this is resonating, if there's any kind of excitement, if you're thinking, finally, a way to heal without reopening the wound and putting myself out there again, then you're going to want to watch the next video. why healers burn out and how to stop absorbing everyone's pain. It's all about protecting your energy while still serving others deeply and powerfully. And if this spoke to you, again, you can grab my masterclass from Stuck to Shifted. Comes with a little workbook, and you can experience a little taste of this work and see the shift in real time. And you'll even see some before and after visuals from real clients, their visual wound drawing, and their yantra of healing. And before you go, make sure that you like and subscribe and stay on this healing path. And I'd love to hear from you. If you had a yes in your soul or anything stood out to you, leave me a comment below, or simply just put a hands up, say hi, let me know where you live, where you're coming from. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can let me know what part of your healing journey you're ready to release once and for all without reliving it, having to explain it, just simply letting it go. You don't have to talk about the past to heal it. You just need the right process. And you are so worthy. You are so worthy of that privacy, of that healing, of that amazing life that's ahead of you. So until next time, love and light.